Hey.
Hello. Oh
Hi.
my goodness. Hi.
How are you? Nice to see you.
You as well. I'm doing well. I actually got inspired by you. I'm using a ring light today.
Yes, I love it. I was like, I gotta get cute for
Exactly.
Grid110.
I knew that you always like show up your best and brightest. So I was like, I need to like follow in her suit. But how are you doing
I love
today?
it. I'm doing good. I'm doing well, excited. It's a fresh day, so I'm excited. Hey, Bob. Hey, friends. Welcome. Hey, Petite Famata. Oh, hey. I'm sorry. I'm excited. I'm like excited today
No, do
because I was
not be
having a
sorry.
bad day yesterday. So today is like
Oh no.
awesome. I'm excited.
Mondays are hard.
They are very hard.
And I love to
Yes.
see everyone jumping in and you shouting them out.
Yes. Yes.
So if
How are
you,
you doing today, Maya?
I'm doing well. Had a few Grid110 meetings this morning, but just really the main highlight of my day is this live with you. So
Yes. Same.
really
Same.
excited for
I'm
this.
honored.
Aw. Well, good. Yeah. So I think we'll start off now, and I
Okay.
just want to thank you for being here today. For everyone who may not know, my name is Maya, and I'm the marketing intern at Grid110. I've been with the Grid team since April, and our special guest today, Tobore. I'll have you introduce yourself and your company right now, briefly, and then we'll get into our beginning with the little flowers, which will make sense in a second once she introduces
Okay.
herself.
All right. Hey, sis. Listen, everyone is showing me love. I love this. My name is Tobore Oweh. I am the owner and creative director of the Petal Effect. The Petal Effect is a Black-owned floral design studio. We're kind of transitioning into a new phase of our business. So we collaborate with brands who want innovative and relevant ways to spark emotive conversations and kind of implement cultural shifts within their community. So that's our new focus.
Wow.
And like always, flowers are self-care. That's just a given.
Yes, yes, love that. Okay,
Thank
awesome.
you.
And I'm so excited to get more into that. I really can't wait to hear what you have to say about, like the floral community. And, in the spirit of all of that, the flower power, today, Tobre and I are going to show what flower, that we're currently kind of like into
Yes,
or
yes.
have in our home. So for me, it's right here next to me. It's these sunflowers.
Love it, love it.
Really into sunflowers for summer. I have like, I think you can see over here, I have some other plants too, but as
Yes.
far as the flowers go, I've really just been loving sunflowers. And actually, I really want to visit one of those. Like, I've seen them on like social media, like one of those
Mhm.
sunflower fields. I think
Yes, we can go together because I
so.
haven't gone either.
Oh my gosh, let's go. Road trip to the sunflower
Road
field.
trip, Grid110 road trip.
Yes.
I'm down.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, how about you?
Okay, so my favorite flower, I'm kind of basic today, but not really.
Okay.
First of all, I'm gonna give a shout out to North Palm for this pretty vase.
Oh, that's
But
beautiful.
thank you. But my current favorite flower is a carnation. I
Whoa.
know it's super simple, but these aren't your regular carnations. These are like, have you ever seen a carnation this color before?
Yeah, I've
Um,
never.
right. So when I go to the market, I'm looking for like things that are unique, you know what I'm saying, that speak to me that you can't get at your grocery stores. The one thing I love about carnations is that I've had this for a week and a half and they still look great. And usually what I do with my flowers that are able to dry, because these are able to dry, after a while, I just like hang them upside down and they dry pretty and I get to use them all over again in my arrangements. So
That's
this is
so
my
beautiful.
current favorite.
Oh my goodness. I love that. That's so beautiful. And just to have, like you said, I've never seen one that color, like that bright, like green.
Yeah. Oh my
That's
God. They're so
amazing.
pretty. I'm like,
Oh wow.
swooning over them.
Oh
I have
my
a lot.
goodness. That's beautiful. Oh, thank you so much for sharing. I love it. I can see more people are joining in now. Hello,
Yes. Hey,
everyone.
hey, everyone. Nice to see
Um,
everyone here.
I know. This is so great. All the love in the comments. I really love it.
Yes.
So, well, let's get into it, you know.
Okay.
So, first question is, I'm wondering, how did you first hear about Grid 110, and how did you feel getting into the program and that whole applying process of getting in?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I learned about Grid 110. Honestly, I was having a conversation with a friend, my friend Tommy. We kind of have like catch up conversations here and there. And, we're just like bouncing off ideas of what we've both been working on. And he was like, hey, you should apply for Grid 110. I'm like, what's that? And then he told me about it, sent me the link right away. Like literally when I got off the phone, I went to apply. And
Wow.
that's how I ended up in Grid 110. And I remember the process. I was really scared, but
Mhm.
I was just so excited when I got that call that I was going to be
Yeah.
a part of Grid 110. It was just like such a special moment for me.
Oh, I love to hear that. And yeah, it's so funny like how they surprise everyone and call them. And
Yes.
I remember watching your surprise call and just
Oh God, like
it was so
so ugly
sweet.
that day.
No, stop.
Like that scarf on. I was like, ah.
It was the sweetest thing.
It was so
And
nice.
and yeah, now that we're like coming up on halfway through the program, I guess like how do you
Mhm.
feel so far in the program? Are there any, I guess, like challenges or accomplishments, things that you've been through with your business that have been notable for you, or kind of like you know life changing for the business?
Yeah, I mean, Grid 110 has been life changing. Like you said, like it's really helped me like own in on who I am as a business. When I first started last year, I kind of just put myself out there. I didn't have a plan. I didn't really have a structure. I just knew that I wanted to leave the current job I was at and I had to do something about it. Grid 110 has helped me tremendously in really getting back to the business side of things. Like, why am I doing this? Who is my target market, like really owning in on those things. So Grid 110 has really changed my path in entrepreneurship and my business and where it's going. And it's just been so great to be a part of so many people that are just inspiring and just like basically on the same journey. And then we have mentors too as well. So it's definitely been life changing for me.
I love to hear that. That's so great. That, and like we're only halfway through too, so.
Yeah, I'm like, woo. I'm like, where's this program been my whole life?
Oh, I really love to hear that.
Mhm.
So now, moving on to the Petal Effect. So excited to get into this. I really want to know, like, what drew you to start the Petal Effect? I know we talked a little bit earlier about how you had the idea for 10 plus years, in
Mhm.
the back of your mind. And you had also done a lot of work as a florist even before the last couple years. So really, like, how did the Petal Effect start? What's your founder story?
Yeah, so the Petal Effect, my founder story is one that's unconventional and unique. I am documented, which means I have DACA, which means I don't have any legal status in America, so I'm undocumented. But I have a social and a work permit to work. Before I even got any of that, I had graduated high school at such a young age, ready to go to college, and then I quickly learned that I couldn't because I couldn't get any financial aid or any aid really from the government because of my undocumented status, which kind of led me into entrepreneurship. I kind of was like, okay, I don't have a choice. Like I can't go to school, so I have to figure out how am I going to make money? What am I going to do for myself? So that kind of led me on my entrepreneurship route. I started modeling first, but while modeling, I got into flowers because I was always into design from a young age. I was going to go to college to be an interior designer. So me just doing my research and trying to figure out like what other forms of design can I be a part of that wasn't school, like that didn't require school at the time. So I kind of fell upon floral design, honestly, and that was about 10 years ago. And right from that moment, I was like, I came up with the Petal Effect, the name. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but I was like, I'm going to have my own floral company and I'm going to call it the Petal Effect. And 10 years later, here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are 10 years later, and I'm
Look at
here.
you.
So that's kind of how I got started with the Petal Effect.
Okay, okay. I love that story. It's so cool to know that it was, it's been a long time passion for you.
Mhm.
And it's funny too that you had that name first. I feel like I'm the same way.
Yeah,
Like I always think of the name first and then later like, everything to come along with it. But other
right.
people are different. Like they have the idea, they're just like, what's the best branding or what's the best name? But I'm in marketing, so of course for me it's all
Yes,
about the brand, all about the name, and I just love your logo and the name. Such great branding there. So that's such a
thank
great
you.
story. Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
that with
Of
us.
course, thank you.
And I'm also wondering, you mentioned you're the owner, the founder, but you're also the creative director. And
Yes.
so what does that entail day to day for you? Do you create the designs or do you just direct and oversee those and create them? Like, what is the creative director?
Yeah, so right now I'm mostly a solopreneur, and for
Oh,
everyone that doesn't know what that is, I pretty much work by myself.
wow.
So I'm going to the market in the morning. I'm getting inspired by the market. I don't really go there with I have somewhat of a plan, but I leave my mind open because I want to get inspired by what's at the market. So many flowers to get inspired by. So I go there, I see what I like, I pick it up, and then I come home and I create because I work from home. Um, and I create. So every arrangement is different, right? It really just pours from what's inside of me at the time, right? So when I say creative director as well, when it's like a holiday like Valentine's Day or Mother's Day, I usually try to do campaigns around those holidays and things of that nature. So coming up with a concept, I'm really into storytelling. So I really love like creating like a whole campaign around these holidays. So and planning my own shoots and things like that. Those are the things that get me excited.
Okay. Wow. Well, you are like a one-woman show right now. So
Yes.
congrats, like on all your hard work. That's
Thank you.
amazing. I actually, yeah, I didn't know that you're a solopreneur right now. And that's huge, especially like going through the program too and all of that. Um,
Definitely. I
and then,
do have
oh yeah.
help here and there.
Okay.
Like I
Okay.
have freelancers that if it's like a huge event, I'll definitely hire someone. If I have a lot of orders, I'll hire a driver as well. So, but most of the time I am by myself.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're the rock. You're
Yeah.
the main,
Yes.
or maybe we should say the root, like
The
something
roots,
like
the roots, the roots. And the branches and leaves.
yeah, and the water.
Everything. But
I
it's
love
great. It's
it.
great.
I
I
love
wouldn't trade
it.
it.
And yeah, you also mentioned at the beginning of the live here that
Hmm.
you're starting to go in a new direction with the Petal Effect. Along with joining the program, along with kind of starting this new chapter in your business, how you're focusing in. And you mentioned partnering with brands, like maybe going in a more like corporate or like creative campaign direction. Kind of like let us know a little bit about that.
Yeah, so when I started a year ago, I was pretty much just like a business to consumer, right? It was, and it still is, like people order flowers for me for like birthdays, thank yous. But in the middle of that, I also started working with brands, like Banana Republic or Shea Moisture. So I started doing brand work that I really was super passionate about. I love creative directing. I love telling stories. I love set design. I love like storytelling. That's like my thing. So that's kind of the direction I want to go to. So I'm going from kind of like a business to consumer to more like a business to business, right? Because I want to bring my creativity and innovation to brands, and let them be the best that they can be through my work. So that's kind of the direction I'm going in. So working more with brands on just coming up with flower greatness.
Nice. That's yeah, and that's super exciting. You even mentioned off right now some huge like household name brands. So that's
Hmm.
really cool. That definitely will also like help you expand your network too, and kind of
Yes.
get different features within those like larger brands to smaller brands. So yeah, that's so cool. And then
Thank you.
I guess we also talked about there's people ordering flowers from you, like you said, for gifts, their birthdays, this and that. Well, when we talked of course there's flowers as gifting as one thing, but you're able to see kind of like beyond that to flowers as self-care, flowers as a way, an outlet, a means to help you, you know, mentally, physically, emotionally. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that and like how you like feel on that and use flowers yourself and like kind of are an ambassador for them, as you said.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my own journey to flowers has been beautiful for myself. Flowers have taught me so much, not just me having them in my house, right? Just when you get flowers, it just automatically brings this joy to whoever gets it, right? You just automatically vibe with the flowers. That's just one because they carry energy. They're living, right? They might not think, but they're a living thing. So they carry energy that we also carry. So they have the power and magic to uplift any place, any space. And right now, doing everyday flowers for people as well. I'm intentional about that. So I bring color therapy into it because flower colors mean something, you know, like purple means power, you know, and white means authenticity. So you can actually like speak through flowers, like they're literally messengers. So when I take orders, I allow my customers to choose their colors depending on what they want to say. You know, I want them to be able to really connect with what we're doing and feel like they're participating in what they're getting and they're just not ordering just anything from me. So but there's just so many other aspects to flowers. I mean, when we think about it, we use them in our hair products, our makeup products, like they're in every product really. When you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. When you look at it, it's like lavender or something like that. So they're in the products we use. A lot of self-help gurus use flower meditation, and they use them as a metaphor. The way a flower knows itself from when it was planted, right? A rose bush, when you plant a rose bush, it grows into a rose bush. It doesn't grow into a tulip. It grows into a rose, so it knows itself. So there's a lot of aspects to flowers that is untapped and are so important to me because it's changed my life. So yeah, I'm just like flower ambassador all the way. I love them so much.
I love that. I can tell like you could talk about flowers all day and
Oh
I
yeah.
love that. Like in the last just now, like in the last 2 minutes what you're saying, I just learned so much. Like that was amazing. I'm like still processing that. Like
Yeah,
that's
I
so
mean, they're just magical. I'm just like, wow. Like most people think about flowers in one way, just as gifting. And it's just like, they really have taught me a lot about life, period, or how to live life intentionally and purposeful. And I really just want to continue to just spread that to everyone.
oh, I love that so much, Tobore.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. That's really beautiful. And yeah, from the color, like to the scent, they really are so therapeutic. And like
Mhm.
you said, bringing your customers into the process, your clients into the process, I feel like that definitely makes you unique. Like you approaching it not just as a gift, but also as a therapy and like a therapeutic thing, aromatherapy.
Right.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes. Yes. I
That
love
that is
it.
the
I love
pedal.
it.
That is the
Yes.
pedal.
That is the pedal effect. I love it.
So, kind of like switching gears, I would love to ask you as well, like, as being like a solo entrepreneur, you know, a woman of color, a Black woman, how has like being a Black owned business played a role in your journey? And you know, you talk about wanting to see more florists that look like you and creating a space in that floral for Black people. You know, talk to me a bit about that.
Yeah. Honestly, being a Black woman in an industry like this, when I first got started, I didn't see a lot of people that looked like me in the industry, right? So like when I got started last year, it was at such a time where everyone was kind of just forced to just sit down and think about the racial injustice in this country and how we can actively, you know, change that. So when I started my business, it was at a pivotal point in our, you know, nation where everyone wanted to support Black businesses. So part of the reason I did launch was because of that, because I wanted to see if people could put their mouth where they their money where their mouth is, you know, and see if they were really serious about supporting Black people. And I mean, the outpour of love was just like instant. Like, it literally took my business to the next level instantly, you know, where like people were coming to me. I didn't even really have to market like that when I first got started. It was just kind of instant. And then I had a really good flower friend also that kind of closed his business, the Boy Who Cried Flowers, shout out to them, Anthony and Fallon. He closed his business for a month to send work my way, which was like so humbling that someone would like shut their whole business down for me. And, you know, it was, the love was real. Love was real. And that's really what got the Petal Effect going.
Wow. Wow. I see what you mean. Like, and also like feeling like you said, just launching and then getting that instant response. Like that must have felt really good.
Really,
Especially
really good.
as a small business, you know, every purchase, every like, every comment, it really means something to you when you're the team. And to get all that love and support, especially when the world is in such a chaotic state,
Exactly.
is amazing. That's a great aspect of community. And to end off, my last question is, what advice, any tips, tidbits do you have for other entrepreneurs who are kind of, you know, in a similar state as you, and kind of what have you learned along the way so far?
Well, entrepreneurship was, I had a vision of what entrepreneurship was. And I say this a lot. I feel like it's so glamorized, right? Everyone's like, entrepreneur, entrepreneur. No, it's like a lot of work. It's so much work. And I say, whatever you think entrepreneurship is, times that times 1,000. And that's what entrepreneurship is. It's like constantly having to be your own like cheerleader, constantly having to push yourself to work when you don't feel like it. It's a lot of pressure. I would say seek self care routines for yourself. That's my number one thing for entrepreneurs. You get so wrapped up in your work and your goals that you forget about yourself. You forget to get your nails done. Okay, so like, I have to get my nails done.
Ooh, look at those nails.
So like, just any form of self-care while you're entrepreneuring, like vital in an entrepreneur life. Like, honestly, you're gonna burn out really fast, and you're going to feel very emotionally drained. So it's important you keep those routines in your practice.
Thank you so much, Tobore. I have to say, like, that's probably one of my favorite answers. I ask this question probably in every live, and that's probably one of my favorite answers that we've gotten, because you are the business pretty much. You know, like,
Right.
if you're not okay, the business will not be okay. So as much as you focus on your ideas and doing that work, you also have to focus on yourself. And not a lot of founders, you know, pay attention to that or have that in the back of their mind. So know that you gained that and learned that tough lesson and kind of put that into your day to day. That's just amazing. And thank you. I'm so glad you mentioned that. So glad you mentioned
Yeah. I mean, I experienced that myself. It was just like, there's so many times I stopped. Everyone's like, hey, can I order flowers? I'm like, no. Not this week. I need like 3 weeks off, okay? Like, and it's just like, it really does your business like a disservice by, you know, having to stop. You know, you have customers and you're like, no, I can't. I'm emotionally drained this week, which is great. Take time for yourself. But for me, it was like I was doing that so much because I didn't have any self-care routine. So it was like pause and go and pause. And it just wasn't good.
Okay, I see. Well, you know, you go through it, you learn. Here now.
For sure.
And
Here now.
here. So, I mean, that was all the questions I have. I have one last kind of crazy fun question,
Okay.
which is, I would love to know what was like your favorite, like the most memorable arrangement that you've seen, like the craziest, I don't know, that you've seen or done, like the most memorable flower arrangement.
I would have to say it was my arrangement that I did for Banana Republic. I kind of took it up a notch, obviously. I was spray painting things I'd never spray painted before.
Oh,
It was just fun. It was like true artistry. And I was able to express myself in a way that typically I can't. I got to make this big arrangement and just kind of do whatever I wanted. Like, what does Banana Republic look like to Toby, right? So that was one of my favorite arrangements to make, I would say.
nice. That's so cool. Can we check it out like on our
Oh
Instagram?
yeah, it's on my page. It's on the Petal
Okay.
Effect. You can see it on there. Yeah, it's on there. You'll see
Okay.
me on there too.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, last but not least, is there anything with the Puddle Effect that's coming up? Any big announcements? Anything we should be looking out for in the next couple months or weeks?
So I am currently working on a crowdfunding campaign for the Petal Effect.
Okay.
That's supposed to launch in October. So
Mhm.
just working behind the scenes on that. So look out for that. I'm really excited about that. And I always got to make everything grand and extra and totally drama, bringing all the drama. So just to look out for that. I'm really excited about that.
Okay, awesome. Well, in the meantime, best of luck to you. I know that's probably also taking up your time, a lot of work
Yes.
preparing for that. I know you're gonna go bring it out with a bang, so we'll be looking out for that and sharing all of that.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Maya.
Yeah, of course, Tobore. Well, I had such a great time talking to you today. And we will be saving and posting this live, and it'll be on our page forever. So this was like so great. I just learned so much, and I really loved talking to you.
Yes, me too. Thank you for having me. Just want to say a shout out to the Grid110 team. Like, so honored to be a part of such a phenomenal group. And yeah, I'm just excited to see where Grid110 takes the Petal Effect.
Yes, awesome. Well, we are so honored to have you in our cohort, and we're so excited to see what the second half of the program brings and beyond.
Yes, yes, I am too. And shout out to everyone that joined in today. For real.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for showing so much love in the comments and your
Yes.
reaction. And I could really feel the good vibes here today.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Cool. Well, thank you, Tobor. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Tuesday.
Yes, you too. See you soon. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.